Alright, let's start. So, before we go usually live streaming, uh, first want to take a few games to analyze, games that were sent to me, and let's see what we can find out. Let's see what we can learn from these games. Okay, so a few technical difficulties. Let's start. So, white starts with b4. Again, not a solid start. White has almost given up the control right in the opening. But let's see what happens. Knight c6, targeting the pawn on b4. And c3, trying to reinforce the pawn so that the knight can't take it. Okay. b5. Seems like both players are not making an attempt to attack the center. But maybe I'm just prejudging. Let's wait a couple more minutes. Let's see how the game unfolds. Let's see if they, if both the players think that, okay, now is the time to take the center. Maybe then. Bishop e2. And, okay. a5, targeting this pawn. Because if the pawn takes, the knight can take back. The queen sides are okay. Both players have opened up the queen sides, but have yet to develop more of their minor pieces. Only the knights and bishops, and you can arguably say that this bishop is blocked by its own pawn here, and this knight can't go here, though it can go here. I would like to see both players develop a bit more pieces than just randomly leaving it there. But let's see. Okay. So now there is a central control attempt by black. Okay. Okay, let's see. White goes g4. White goes g4. Bishop takes g4. That was a free hanging pawn. And white tries to attack the bishop with h3. Bishop drops back a square. And okay, white has fianchettoed the bishop on g2. White has both of its bishops fianchettoed. Black's entire king side is undeveloped. White's knights are undeveloped. And black opens up center a bit more, trying to open a diagonal for the bishop probably. White develops knight. Black makes another pawn move. Okay. Okay. So here, white takes the b4 pawn with the c3 pawn, and black responds by taking that pawn with the knight. I can't believe it. Black takes that pawn with the knight, literally opening up this attack. Oh, sorry, my bad. Actually, white can't take. I don't know how I missed that, but actually white cannot take, because then the black rook will just take this rook. But in that case, the white bishop can drop back and take the rook. White does not take the knight. I think white also didn't see that the dark squared bishop can take this rook here, so they wanted to first develop the knight and clear the space for the queen to capture. And black threatens the knight. It's not much of a threat, the knight can just take it. White drops the knight back. I would call that a wasted move by white. White literally drops back the knight. He does not see this capture. And okay. Black's knight takes the d3 pawn. This pawn can very easily take it. I don't know why black did that. I can't see any reasoning as to why black did that. Okay, I'm still trying to think why black did that, but can't seem to figure that out. And white of course takes that knight. Black develops their knight on an unnatural square, because the natural square would have been this f6, but there's already a pawn on there. Black takes the pawn, oh, excuse me, white takes the pawn with the bishop on d4. Not a great move, because white can just take this knight to the pawn. White ignores that. White completely ignores that there is a pawn, that there is a knight hanging. White completely ignores it and develops the knight on c3. Black pulls back the knight. White takes the knight with their knight. And okay, and now black cannot take it with the white cannot take it with the dark squared bishop, because the rook can take back with a check. White does take it. White does take it. The rook can literally just take the bishop for free. Rook takes the bishop while simultaneously delivering a check. White has to move the king while also relinquishing the rights to castle. I think a better move would have been dropping this knight here and then not losing the right to castle, but white chose to move the king. Black takes the pawn while giving a check to the bishop. White cannot take this bishop back, because then the queen will take the queen while delivering a check. White moves the king again. And now black rook is trying to threaten the bishop here. So if the bishop moves, bishop actually cannot move, of course, then because then it's a check. And white tries to play some counter-attack, trying to take the trying to occupy the a4 square and deliver a check. Let's see if white is able to play the counter-attack. That's not really a good defense. White can just very easily take this. White takes it and delivers a check. The queen blocks. Okay. White offers an exchange of queens, and now both queens are off the board. Both queens are off the board from both players. Black has a rook and a bishop developed. Both players have lost their rights to castle, and white has its knight developed. The bishop is, even though it's developed, it's guarding the king right now, so it can't really be moved from its place. And both players have opposite colored bishops. Okay, black has both pairs of bishops, whereas white has only the light squared bishop. And here white completely hangs the rook. White tries to take control of the open file, B file, and in that process is completely being sniped by the light squared bishop of black, which is literally aiming right here. It's right in front. Black chooses not to take the rook and instead sacks the rook to take out the bishop. I really need to take a minute here to figure out why black did that. It makes no sense. Black could have taken this rook on b1 and black would have been up 5 points of material. Instead, black chooses to sack the rook and take the bishop in the process. White takes the rook. Black takes the rook on this move. And white takes the bishop back. At this point, both players are almost equal in material. I mean, I would say the bishop is a little better on an open board than the knight, but in terms of points, both players are equal. Okay. Black takes the free pawn. White moves the knight to threaten the bishop. Black drops the bishop. Rook targeting the bishop. Rook defends the bishop. There's a check. King moves. Okay. Both players trying to create a pass pawn, I guess. It's not a good move. Black played the bishop on b4, trying to target the knight. In the process, they've opened themselves up to a fork. The knight can move on d5, targeting the king with a check, while also attacking the bishop on b4. And since black is forced to move their king, white wins free bishop here. White sees that move, checks the king, targets the bishop. Black moves the king. White takes the free bishop. And now black is trying to hunt white's knight. Okay, not the most solid move here. Ideally, white should have moved their knight, but now their knight is pinned, because if they move the knight first, black's rook will just take white's rook back. Pawns exchange, and now black king really tried to make a move towards the knight so that they could reach the square and the rook will be able to take it. But the problem is white's knight can just move on the c6 square, targeting the king and the rook, just like we saw a couple moves ahead. The knight too. Black completely misses this, and white also completely misses this. Black's king goes as per the plan. And white gives a check. Black's king can literally move on the b4 square to capture the knight. But, okay, if black does that, black king does that, white's rook can go to b1 and threaten a check with a capture. So it won't really be a smart idea for black's king to take this knight in this move. Black's king takes the knight. White just has to move the rook one square to b1, give a check while take this rook, and there'll be one full rook up. White does exactly that. King moves, white takes the rook. And now white is up 5 points of material. Black has only one pawn. White's king can very easily take it anytime they want. And they take it. Now white is trying to promote to a queen and then deliver possibly checkmate. White is now 14 points of material up with a queen and a rook. Let's go. It's a very simple ladder mate from here. At the very least, it's a very simple ladder mate from here. Okay. Okay. White is not able to coordinate their pieces. They need to bring the rook in the game. And then if the king moves, they need to deliver a ladder mate. White is just not able to coordinate the pieces. And finally, after so much hard work, White finally manages to deliver a mate. It was a nice game. Decent game, I would say. Anyways. Now let's get back to our original gameplay. Rating climb, ladies and gentlemen, rating climb. Alright, here we are with our regular game. Just give me a second to adjust. Oops, my bad. Let's start again. E4. Let's go. Black is trying to play Caro-Kann, not a problem. Knight f3. Black is not trying to play a Caro-Kann. I thought black is going to play Caro-Kann. Not a problem. We'll develop a bishop as normal. I'm gonna play Italian. I want to prevent any moves there. Castle and secure the king. No funny business. I wanted my knight here, but there's a pawn which is targeting. Let me think. Let me block the queen's path. Probably trying to threaten the knight. Not really a problem. I'll just play as normal. Bringing the other knight in the game as well. The game is very closed in terms of its position. Okay. Black decides to commit to castling queenside. Hmm. How do we initiate an attack from here on? Okay. Anticipated this one coming. I could have taken this pawn here, but I plan to take this knight. Hmm. Should I take the bishop? Should I not take the bishop? To take or not to take? I'm targeting this pawn while simultaneously I can also go here. If the okay, whoops, my bad. Not really. I could have gone here and gonna check. That would be a smarter check, I think. Not really. Not really, no. No, we'll just take the knight. Oh, the bishop. We'll just take the bishop. White is starting to collapse here. That's it. On to the next one. And we go c6. Caro-Kann is what I wanted to play, but my friend never really played that move, but I'll still progress as if I have played the Caro-Kann. I just like to play one common move. Gets the job done half the times. Close the chain. I'll open the square for the knight. At this point I really don't know what White's plans are. I'm not gonna take. I think White doesn't really have a plan. I think they're figuring out as they go. I think White is really clueless as to what to do here. They're just trying to make moves that make sense. really change much for me. If it takes, I take back. Takes, go here. It takes, I go here. Pretty safe right now. Semi-open file. White is literally just making moves too. What about the thing? Completely opened up the king. There are a lot of weaknesses in white positions. So are in mine. Next move, I'm planning to take this pawn. Even if the bishop defends, I'll still take it because we can always take back the bishop. I'm delivering a check. I'll keep things very simple here. Black moves the king. Take the pawn. Doesn't change much for me. Take the pawn back. The rook can probably come here. I don't know. Let's see what happens. I'm not exactly worried about the rooks. I'll start taking control of the open files now. I don't understand. Probably trying to take the pawn. Protection. White seems to have lost a lot here. Does not affect anything. Can't take the rook, can't take the knight. Surely there's gotta be a better plan. Probably trying to bring the rook here. If that's the case, I'd like to block that from happening. Does not do anything. Oh shit, I didn't even see the bishop. I didn't see the bishop from 900 miles away. Damn, I made a mistake. Should have been more careful. I got a bit carried away there. Probably bring the knight here. I got a bit carried away in the last game. I thought I was winning well and I just did not see that there's a bishop and I should have protected the king square. Anyways, let's continue the game. Okay, your choice. Wants to draw the game. Why? I'm doing blunders after blunders and I don't understand why. I'm just not having a good day. Alright, okay, time to come back to the zone. Need to come back to the zone, really. Hmm. Okay. Still don't understand the motives here. Hmm. This is what? Bringing the queen there. This is what? I can also grab this pawn. What? Thanks. Free queen. At least I'm winning somewhere. Okay. At this point, I'll just try to convert all the material, trade them all. I'm already a queen up. That's more than enough for me to win. Like, white is really stuck. Yep, white resigns. Let's go. Slowly, steadily coming in the zone. French. Philidor. Okay. Should have targeted. plan to go with my knight here. Can't go there now. Need to rapidly develop all the pieces out. Knight can go here. Can't anymore. Smart move? Not that smart though. That should be a queen win. I should be able to win a queen here. Black blundered. I should be able to win a queen here. I should be able to win a queen here. Let's go, come on. Yes, I do. It's time to attack. Doesn't change anything for me. Well, I'm gonna have to attack here. I'm planning to attack this pawn, and yes, that's what I expected. Does that, should win a rook here. Let me not pre-move. You know, I should win a rook here. Oh yes, he sees it. Smart. Sees it. Had the knight taken, and if the king was here only, I would have taken this rook. Then now the rook drops back. I want to give a check, but if the king moves, I have to run away. I cannot take that. Oh shit. Blundered a queen. I blundered a queen. I was winning the match and then I blundered the queen. Wow. I'm gonna take that. I was winning the match and then I blundered the queen. Can't believe it. just take the pawn. Oh shit. No, I'm screwed. I was winning this game. I think I should just, at this point, just exchange one rook. He'll have a hard time taking any defensive positions with a one rook only. I think he's not gonna like this. That's a tough game. I was winning and then I just blundered the queen, but that's not a problem. Let's keep going forward, even though I've whined about it for a million times already. I'll have to give up the pawn now. Should have exchanged. Just not my day. What can I do? I think I should start a counter attack before it's too late. I think it's already too late. I was losing this one. Somehow managed to draw. Last game for the day. Really not having a good games today. It's the last game for the day. And we'll continue next week. If only our opponent plays. Finally. thank you. Doesn't change much for me. So far equal. Almost. I don't know why. You'll probably be able to see that from a mile away. You'll probably be able to see that one from a mile. Oh, he did, or he didn't, I don't know. Just having a very lazy day, not able to win much. Doesn't scare me. Got too fixated on the pawn promotion, didn't see a lot of it. Alright, that's all for today. We'll continue next week. Our opponent got too fixated on the pawn promotion that they didn't see anything else.